Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 617 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. It's Heidi, and I am grateful for each and every one of you, especially right now as the year is coming to an end and a new year is starting and the holidays are in full swing. You know, the holidays can sometimes bring a bit of anxiety, and sometimes you don't even know why. Like, you don't even have a real reason for that anxiety. I know for me, this last week, I woke up with this low level, sort of nagging anxiety just hanging around in the background. Not really the kind that's obvious or dramatic, just this quiet kind of hum that makes everything feel a little bit off, and you feel a little bit like, I don't know, so you feel a little bit anxious. And the funny thing, like, on paper, nothing was wrong. I mean, all my gifts were done and wrapped, and Christmas Eve dinner was planned. I just had to cook it. Everyone was healthy enough. Like, the flu was going around, as you know, if you listen. I've been sick, and my husband's been sick, and my parents have been sick. So, but everybody was mending. They were getting better. So I shouldn't be having anxiety. So along with my normal morning routine, I decided to pull out my journal again, which I used to journal every day. And I kind of switched up my morning routine. But anyway, so I pulled back out my journal and I started writing just whatever came up, because I know that sometimes that helps. So I didn't have any filter whatsoever. I just kind of brain dumped whatever came up. I wrote it down. And once I got going, I saw pretty clear where the anxiety was stemming from. Pretty much all of it was completely self-created. Like, I was spending all this mental energy trying to manage everyone else's feelings. Like, I had some kind of magical control over everyone else. But sometimes we do that, don't we? Like, we take responsibility for things that aren't ours to take. So my brother had asked me for help choosing a Christmas gift for his wife, and I helped him pick it out, and I made sure it was perfect and just like he wanted. And suddenly I'm finding myself worrying, like, what if she doesn't like it? What if it's not her style? What if it's not really what she wanted? Then it'll somehow be my fault. And then later that day, he called and I missed his call, and I couldn't reach him all day when I called back. And immediately I was like, oh no, something's wrong. Is he okay? Is he having problems at work? Is he stressed? I was creating all of these things. I was making up all these reasons for why he wouldn't answer. Then another thing, my baby sister was coming into town that afternoon, but I had a hair appointment, I had a nail appointment booked. I had all this maintenance that I had to do. And of course, my brain decided, okay, she's going to be upset that I'm not free the second that she arrives. She's going to feel neglected. So I could keep going. There were more things, but I don't want to give you anxiety just listening to me talk about mine. But here's the thing. None of that was real. Like, not a single one of those scenarios was actually a thing. They were all stories I was creating in my head, like future problems that felt pretty vivid in the moment, but were 100% invented by me. So as I kept journaling, it really sank in how often I do this. And I think a lot of us do it. We borrow trouble from tomorrow or from other people's emotions and then carry it around like it's our responsibility. I call it emotional management overload, like trying to predict and control how everyone else is going to feel. But we don't have that power. And the truth is, we're not supposed to. Like, I'm not responsible for my sister-in-law's reaction to her gift. When my brother doesn't answer the phone, it's not my responsibility to rack my brain to try to figure out why. And I'm not responsible for making sure my baby sister never feels even a twinge of inconvenience. You know, this habit of doing that comes from a really good place, though. It's because we care. We want people to be happy. We want them to feel seen and feel loved. And that's beautiful. But when we start believing it's our job to guarantee everyone else's emotional experience, we end up anxious and exhausted for no reason. And the holidays, they have a tendency to make it worse. Like, we want everyone to feel magical for everyone we love. We want them to have a magical experience. But the real magic happens when we show up present and we show up kind and then let go of the outcome. We can't control the outcome. That morning, just noticing what I was doing and then kind of naming it on the page, I felt a lot better. I felt the grip start to loosen. Like the anxiety didn't disappear instantly, but it kind of lost its power because I realized it wasn't rooted in reality. It was just sort of a thought pattern that I was falling into. And that one simple little journaling session shifted everything for me that day. The rest of the day felt lighter. And Christmas turned out lovely, and no one's feelings fell apart because of a gift or a missed call or a nail appointment. None of those things were problems at all. For me, I used to do this a lot more than I do now. Before I really was starting to notice my thoughts, I used to create anxiety for myself all the time. And I'm especially glad now that I have all the tools that I do, because journaling really made it glaringly obvious why I was feeling that way. And sometimes we can't put the finger on the problem. And often it helps to get everything out of our head and onto paper. So my challenge to you this week, the next time you feel that quiet underlying anxiety, the kind with no obvious cause, take a moment and pause and ask yourself one little question. Like, am I making this up? Am I trying to manage someone else's feelings right now? Just notice. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to, you just need to notice it and maybe name it and see what happens. And you don't have to journal 10 pages either. Sometimes one paragraph will do, maybe one sentence. I promise, more often than not, the anxiety will start to soften on its own as you do that. Share this with someone else who has a beautiful heart. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.